What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dberry, and today, in 2021, we're taking the next step to do something new. Today, we will be recording our first YouTube video, and so that means we're about to take a new journey. So, starting a YouTube video is something I want to do. I really like, stuff like music, video productions, and stuff like that because I always had a dream like being a rapper or actor. And so I think this is just a small step, putting myself behind the camera and talking about things. So, starting a YouTube channel. Put a lot of other stuff on here, but this is just the first. Today, I just want to talk to you all about credit because this is something I do in my own life. So I feel like, a lot of times people, they learn stuff and they never give it back. You feel me? So, like, I could find out a way to make $1 million by tomorrow.
Oh my God! Wow!
And it could be legit. Everything else has to be a scam. And that type of vital information people keep selfishly because of the impact of the information. Tomorrow, $1 million, come on now. But I don't have that type of information. I just have information that can make you money about $1 million over time. So we're going to be talking about credit, and today it's just about how to start building your credit, how to build your credit with no credit score established yet. So this is not to fix your credit or anything like that. This is just building your credit score. And we're going to be talking about doing that using a small amount of your savings to, start that off. So, first, in order to learn how to build your credit, you need to know what credit is. And this is just simple. What is credit? Credit is basically a score number that is calculated monthly or however in interviews that they do it for you. And it explains your responsibility or your reliability or the lender's comfortability of being able to allowing you to pay back debt. So if I take $20,000 and I give you $20,000, I look at that credit score and it tells me like histories of you paying off close to that amount or over that amount or less than that amount. Just basically having a history of you paying off certain amounts of debt, in good standing, bad standing, and so forth. So if you have good standing, you're more likely to get that $20,000. If you have a bad standing, you're less likely. So good luck if you don't listen. And yes, so now, in order to build your credit, that's just the first part, understand the credit. Second is understanding the use of credit. So you don't just go up here applying for $20,000 loans, don't pay them back, and just live life happily. That's not how it works. You don't get your score to 800 and just be like, oh, now I can take $100,000 and you take $100,000 and you stop building your credit. That's just not how it works. Good luck to you if you do that too. But yeah, so you have to use credit responsibility in order for this to work. So I'm going to be teaching you how. And if you look up other videos about this and stuff like that, people do not usually give people information that's more relatable to their certain lifestyle. Like, people will already be making hundreds of thousands of dollars in figure of income, and they're explaining to you how to get to their position, but don't really break down the small stuff. They just pay with credit and you get here. Yeah, so in order to get to that top spot, you have to start small. And this is something I'm doing in my own life, and this is my first video. You can see that, and as we go on. Yeah, so as we go on, you'll learn more and more. You'll see me progress, and hopefully you all will be progressing with me. So in order to start building your credit, first, you just want to save up a certain amount of money. It doesn't matter how you're going to use this money, really. I mean, it matters, but, it doesn't matter how you really actually save it. You want to save up a certain amount of money. So, for instance, if you are making about $2,000, so most people, if you're making this much, you're making this much. If you're making more, the better. You're making about $2,000. Let's just say you're living in your comfort zone, so you're not going to be having bills worth $3,000 unless you're just crazy and know how to get some extra money. This $2,000, you have $1,500 in monthly bills you're paying. So that means you have $500 a month that you'll be putting into your savings. Now, we know we have personal expenses. So you're going to take about, let's say, 100, 250, however much money you want to save a month for the whole year. First year of doing this, you save this money for a whole year. Now, coming back to the same time next year, you saved up, let's just say, for instance, $100. So now, for 1 year, every month, you saved up $100. Now you have $1,200 at this same time next year to use, So what you want to do now is you could do a certain amount of things. You could go buy a car, put a down payment on the car, down payment on the house, jewelry, whatever you want to do. But for the most safest and easiest to me and quickest way and effective way to build your credit, don't just go spend that money on it. Invest in that money. So what you want to do is you want to walk in the bank, right? And you're going to ask them for a line of credit to start you off and build your credit. You just want to tell them you're looking to build your credit. You save them a certain amount of money. Ask them for options you could do so. They should say something like, show you different options of credit cards, stuff like that, loans. And then they're going to say something probably about a secured credit card. Secured credit card. What is a secured credit card? See, a secured credit card is you taking your own money and the $1,200 you saved up, you're telling the bank that you would like to invest this money into a credit card to start building your credit, because nobody's going to give you $1,200 with no credit right now.
Damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius.
That's most likely not to happen unless you just have another way, which is another way. And so this $1,200, they're gonna approve you. You're starting with your own money, so they're not taking a chance. They just want to see what you're gonna do with this $1,200. So now, when you get this $1,200 to your secured credit card, open up your account, you have a $1,200 credit limit, right? So now look, now you basically got a credit score, because every month that you use this card and you pay back that money, they're gonna report to your credit card. They're gonna report to the credit bureaus, which basically makes up your credit score. So I take this $1,200 and I put my phone bill on it, or I probably pay for gas once a month. I probably buy some groceries once a month. However, this $1,200 could help you because you just invested your $1,200, and it's a kick to it. Stay tuned. So you're using this a month and you're building your credit. 6 months down the line, you make all payments on time. Good. You're building your credit, not dropping it. So you're doing good, and your credit shoots up about 50 points. This is not real numbers. I'm just saying your credit shoots up. Boom. 6 months later, now they're like, oh, you're doing so good with your credit. And, we will, take our chance with our money now. Now you can have your that'd be great. Your $1,200 back. See, that's the kick to it. You use your own money to basically put aside for 6 months to build your credit. That was a plus. Now you got $1,200 that came right back in randomly out of nowhere. So that would be a boost to your savings or whatever you're going to do with it. Probably want to invest it to something else. And now you just got another credit card. Okay, quick pause for a second, you all, because I said that you could get another credit card, but you don't actually get another credit card. They're just basically replacing the one you already have from a secured credit card to unsecured. And instead of having your own money on there, it's going to be the bank's money. Because they gave you money now. Bam. Now you're on the road to riches. You're building your credit. Plus, stay tuned. After that, you're using this credit card responsible again, and 6 months later, bam! Now that $1,200 turns to $2,400. And so now you just basically built your credit score. You got this credit line going, and this is how people basically keep doing this until they build up to the millions and stuff like that. So yeah, this is one way to, build your credit. And then, now you got a credit score that's forever building. As long as you pay on time, you don't do nothing to get your account closed, you're in good standing, pay on time. Pay your balance in full too if you can. You don't have to always pay it back in full, but it's better too, because it just shows that you basically got that money sitting around. You don't really need it. You just using it very good for help, of just doing stuff with it, But if you do have to use it and want to leave a balance in your card, try to leave less than 30%. That is the number you don't want to go over, because nobody ever told me that. Sometimes I use all of my money and stuff like that, and then I have a big old debt on my stuff. And if you don't pay it all back, that could be sitting over 30% of your credit a lot longer than you expected, and that's not good. It's some tweaks and twists to it. I can't really get too deep into that subject, but yeah. So that's just know that 30% of your credit to use is good. And what I mean by that is, if you have $1,200 of a credit limit, right? You want to be using about, what's that? $400 of that. So you don't want to spend no more than $400 a month off your credit card, because the more you use, the more that's going to show that, like, basically you need that money. And if you come apply for me for $1,200 of a loan and you can't even use your $200 of credit right, I'm more likely not going to give you that money. But if you're using $400 of it every month and you pay back $200 every month, or you pay $200 now and then the full balance every other month, stuff like that, you know, you just want to pay on time and pay enough to basically cover that money from going over 30%. And you come apply for a $1,200 loan from me, I'm going to most likely give it to you. You're paying with $1,200 right now. So, like, you could have some $1,200, you know. And this is how people basically get up higher and higher a bit, being able to borrow money, get bigger houses, cars, stuff like that. Because cars cost like $40,000. So the more you're paying with your credit and you're building over time, and you paid off, let's say, about $40,000 worth of bills or debt over the amount of years, and bam, now you go apply for a car, and you know, they're like, man, you paying $40,000, they'll probably give you a $60,000 car. So you know what I'm saying? That's why credit is so important and it's good for you. And so yeah, that's just one basically way of starting off credit. I have a lot of other ways too, but that's just one guaranteed, not 100, don't take my word on this, I'm not gonna say it's 100% guaranteed, but that is more of a reliable way of starting your credit, and it's very effective. And you know, back when I started, nobody really told me this stuff, and you know, I didn't really know about this certain stuff. Nowadays, they got like apps and all kinds of stuff, and that'd be another video. You know, what kind of apps you could use, where can you go to get your secure credit card, stuff like that. But you know, this is just one way to build your credit, and it's very helpful. And if you've done this before, then you know I'm telling the truth. So don't play me like I'm lying, because it's the truth. I did it myself, so that's a guaranteed truth. I did this myself, so that means you could do it too. I wouldn't sell no type of information that I probably didn't do, while I don't know that it's true or somebody else did and I seen it. So yeah, that's one way to start building your credit, and once you do so, it goes up from there, man. It really does, and it's a wonderful thing. So that's all I really have for today, you know, about credit and how to start building your credit. If you like this video, give us a like. If it helped you out, give it a like. If it was some vital information you feel like I missed, or you want to see me talk about more in future videos, leave a comment down below. And if you listen this far, subscribe. People tell you to subscribe at the beginning. I'm telling you to subscribe now, because you made it this far. Subscribe. Thank you. I really love you all for support, watching this video. Hopefully I gave you some good feedback back, you know, some positive information, and in return, you show love and support. So that's all I really ask for. This information is free. I'm not charging you, nothing like that. And that's it. So hopefully you start building your credit. Love you all. Live a good life. And we out.